Before we begin, I would like to note that this is simply the first in a series of videos I will be making. I will also be adjusting the tier list according to community feedback and suggestions. Computer, begin entry. Evolutionary files, tier list 1. Codename, Hybrid. In my previous video, I analyzed werewolves and their scientific plausibility. This prompted me to think about the potential of wolf-human hybrids. Imagine an army of werewolves at our disposal. But then I thought, why limit ourselves to just wolf hybrids? There are many animals after all, each with unique abilities tailored to their situations. We can tap into this to create all manner of hybrid beasts. An army of various hybrid soldiers and workers. A hybrid army, if you will. So today, I will be ranking the best hybrid soldiers and discussing their biology. Wolf hybrids. Let us begin with the most obvious, werewolves or wolfman hybrids. Wolves are fantastic pack hunters. Their pack mentality allows them to cooperate to take down large prey. This shouldn't be underestimated. After all, one of the main reasons humans are so successful is our ability to work together towards a goal. Wolves are persistence hunters. They can run for miles at a time, chasing down their prey to the point of exhaustion. Then they strike, with 42 specialized teeth and a bite force of over 593 newtons, enough to crush small bones. They track down this prey using their enhanced senses. They have 40 times more scent cells than humans, allowing them to track their prey over great distances, and don't think the prey can hide in the darkness of the night. A reflective layer of cells in their eyes, called the tympanum lucidum, reflects light back into their retina or light receptors, allowing them to see in low light conditions. Any wolf hybrid would be formidable. Assuming we can transfer most of the properties of wolves into them, they could be long-distance runners able to carry and fight with light to medium weight guns. Their improved eyesight could make them great sharpshooters even at night. They would also shine in hand-to-hand combat. Armed with large claws, they could do substantial damage, and then their teeth could finish the job. Many wolves are also adapted to the cold. A werewolf would be able to survive in relatively cold conditions where humans would not. There may be an unexpected downside, however: their strength. One might assume a wolf-human hybrid would be naturally strong, but by vertebrate standards, wolves are not much stronger than humans. There are even reports of a human beating a lone wolf barehanded. Wolves are persistence hunters built for endurance, not strength. They chase their prey for miles, then go for the killing blow once they are too exhausted to fight. They are still strong enough to wrestle down most prey, especially smaller prey, but it's not their specialty. Wolves have a lankier frame for this reason. Skeletal muscles occur in two broad categories: fast-twitch muscle fibers and slow-twitch muscle fibers. Fast-twitch muscle fibers can generate huge bursts of strength, but only for a short time, and they are less energy efficient. Slow-twitch muscle fibers are more energy efficient and can last much longer, but cannot generate those huge bursts of strength seen in fast-twitch muscle fibers. Because wolves are endurance hunters, they have far fewer high-strength fast-twitch muscle fibers. Instead, they use more slow-twitch muscle fibers to let them run long distances without tiring. Much of a wolf's power comes from working in packs, as well as from their sharp claws and bite. So a wolf-human hybrid wouldn't be much stronger than an ordinary well-trained human. Genetic modifications could compensate for this, however. Regardless, they would be formidable fighters, especially in cold regions. For now, I would place them in B tier. They would be great fighters with enhanced endurance and senses, but in reality, they wouldn't be much stronger than the average well-trained man. If strength is a concern, then perhaps we should look at a hybrid with the genetics of one of the strongest mammals on Earth, a tiger hybrid. Tigers are apex predators, characterized by their extraordinary strength, sensory acuity, and predatory efficiency. They have a bite force of up to 1050 psi at the canines, approximately 6 times stronger than humans. Tigers routinely drag prey weighing up to twice their own body weight, showcasing significant musculature and endurance. Although tigers favor ambush tactics over endurance chases, they can reach a top sprint speed of over 56 kilometers per hour or 35 miles per hour. They even leap 10 meters or 33 feet horizontally and almost 5 meters or 16 feet vertically. In summary, tigers are absolute units of strength. Strength we can use. A tiger hybrid would be maddeningly strong. However, they probably would not have great endurance. Their build is made for short bursts of power, not battles of attrition or long voyages. Tigers are also very solitary. If some of those tendencies carry over, they might not work well in groups. A human-lion hybrid would be better in this case. Lions are much like tigers, but move in cooperative prides. They aren't quite as strong or large as tigers, but they are still far stronger than most animals. Potential S tier. No computer, not that tier. There we go. They would be exceptional fighters, strong and fast in short bursts, and able to survive cold conditions or even the heat in tropical jungles, though their survivability in deserts and savannas would be weaker. There are some potential setbacks. They might be too aggressive or solitary, but so long as they follow orders, we will manage them. Lion hybrids would be better, especially female ones. They would be strong, able to cooperate in groups, and armed with powerful claws and teeth. Another potential S tier. Bird hybrid. To close this analysis, I will look at bird hybrids, akin to harpies in Greek myth or the kinara in Southeast Asian mythologies. I will be direct. Their potential is C tier at most. Although birds have many interesting traits and abilities, most of their abilities are tied to their morphology. Birds must be shaped the way they are to fly. A large chest with strong pectoral muscles and extremely large wings. Any deviation from this and the creature wouldn't be able to fly. This is why many animals like ostriches, emus, and chickens cannot fly. In each case, their bones became denser and heavier. Their flight muscles shrank, while other parts became too large and heavy. For example, their legs. This means that a bird hybrid probably wouldn't be able to fly. Either its wings would be poorly placed and structured, or its wings would get in the way of their hands. There are advantages, however. Birds have multiple genes and mutations that give them phenomenal stamina. For example, calsequestrin genes, the genes that play a role in muscle contractions, are extremely efficient in birds, giving them greater stamina during flight. They also have a unique breathing system that uses multiple air sacs to help their lungs extract oxygen more efficiently than us mammals. Mammals have a roughly 15 to 25% oxygen extraction efficiency versus a 40 to 60% extraction efficiency in birds. In some cases, up to 75% efficiency. So, bird hybrids would thrive in high altitude environments or in places with low oxygen levels where most people would collapse without an oxygen tank. Their endurance could also potentially be quite high. Animals like ostriches have been noted for their ability to run great distances and in some cases to even carry weights. If some of these traits carry over, a bird-human hybrid could have excellent endurance. Birds, particularly raptors, also have great eyesight. In fact, birds have the best eyesight in the animal kingdom. They can see up to 8 times more clearly than humans, making any bird hybrid apex sharpshooters and scouts. Another minor ability is vocal mimicry. Birds are great at vocalizations, almost to the point of sounding like humans in some species.
Red. That's right, color red. Good bird. What's it made of? Glass. That's right, good bird.
Some species can even mimic a variety of sounds from their environments. Perhaps a hybrid would be able to covertly mimic enemy voices. The hybrids would also inherit a bird's magnetoreception, the ability to sense magnetic fields, including the Earth's magnetic field, potentially giving them a mental compass which would make them naturally good navigators. Species like the Arctic tern navigate over 40,000 kilometers round trip using this ability. Although these are fairly minor abilities, they could be useful in particular contexts, giving them a subtle edge over most. In light of all these advantages, you may be wondering why I have relegated the bird-human hybrids to C tier. In short, there are too many potential disadvantages to hybridizing bird and human DNA. First, let's look at their bones. Contrary to popular belief, bird bones are not weak. While it is true that they are mostly hollow, they possess multiple struts within them to strengthen the bone. They are also much denser in key points, allowing the overall bone to remain light but strong. The problem is that they tend to be very brittle. This means that when they break, they tend to shatter into many smaller pieces. This makes recovery of a broken limb more challenging. As I mentioned in a previous video, you cannot simply strap wings onto an animal and expect it to fly. Many other adaptations have to be present for an animal to fly. So it is more likely that a bird-human hybrid would just have useless wing forearms, rendering them unable to fly, but also compromising their ability to grab things and manipulate objects. There are other anatomical problems. The spines of birds are generally quite rigid. There are multiple flexible points, but most of the bones in the vertebrae on their backs are fixed or even fused together. This helps them keep the body shape needed to fly, but human bodies have to be flexible. It is one of our strengths. A bird-human hybrid may end up with several fused, rigid bones that render them unable to move as freely as an average human. Overall, this makes bird hybrids useful in specific situations, but only if many bird traits are suppressed. Their weaker bones and lower strength would limit some of their potential. If too many of the bird genes carry over, their forearms would also be useless. Wings unable to fly, but also not able to function as normal hands. For now, I will relegate these hybrids to C tier. There are too many potential setbacks to the advantages of these hybrids. However, I am still willing to listen to community feedback and adjust the tier list according to the recommendations of my evolutionaries. But what do you think? What hybrids would you recommend and why? Is this a fair analysis of the potential of these hybrids? Add your thoughts below. I will be using your suggestions in the next videos. And to remain updated on the world of science and myth, like and subscribe to the Evolutionary Institute, Computer and File.